Alright now, hey, it's time for closet talk. You know what to do.
Wanderlust Boys. Wanderlust Boys. Hey everybody, it's time for closet talk. So stop wasting your time, cause this ain't what you want. It's time for WTV on your news feed. Coming to you live, cause that's how we do things. We got Donovan and Alex, the Wanderlust Boys, about to take over the world. Now make some noise, so sit back and relax and really tighten your tracks. Cause this is a moment you can never get back. Now check it out. Now check it out.
Hello and welcome to Closet Talk. On tonight's episode, we're going to be playing a little game of
naughty
or nice
as it pertains to
your
our
partner.
relationship. Yeah, so we're going to do our own relationship on some naughty and nice things that we've done. All right?
or just things in general. I'm going to start off. Donovan's attitude. Very,
So what's that? I don't
very,
think all the
very
time my
naughty.
attitude's naughty.
Donovan, you catch an attitude every day. Even if it's something about like you're laying in bed and you're like, I'm thirsty and I have to get up out of bed to get you something to drink.
And that's not nice. I think that's nice.
If I were to do that, you would just roll over. You wouldn't even.
Sometimes I do go get you one.
Sometimes.
Okay. Oh, so you want to talk about naughty?
Go right ahead. That's how I started off. That's how I'm gonna start it off, and that's how I'm gonna end.
Okay, so Alex is the type of person that say, okay, I'll do it, and then when it's time to do it, he catch a little attitude and everything like that about doing what he said that he was going to do.
Like what? Give an example. Let's give an example.
What do you mean, giving it?
Give
If
the
you
audience
have to
an
like
example.
pick me up or something like that,
You can't use that because we've been sharing a car for for about 5 months now. 5 months, 6 months already.
okay, and so what?
Okay, so you really can't use that because
And every time I say, oh, I'm going to get my own car or blah, 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 it's an issue.
because you're just saying it just to say it. I don't mind. See, this is the thing. I don't mind doing favors for him. I just want a little bit of gratitude. Like just
So
a
he
simple
wants
thing.
me every time, okay? He wants me to be nice 24. Oh my God, thank you, Alex. Thank you. Thank
That's
you
not
for just-
realistic.
Thank you for just being you, for picking me up. You didn't have to, but how else was I going to get home? How else was I going to get to where I need to go if you didn't pick me up? You know, thank you, Alex. Thank you. When I get into the car, thank you. You know, if you open the door, thank you.
It doesn't even have to be in
thank
words. It could
you.
just be like, it could just be something.
No words.
No words. It could just be a hug. It could just be like a simple I love you. Just something to show
Validation.
validation that I'm appreciated. Exactly. So something nice that Donovan does is he has a heart of gold. Like he sometimes bends over backwards a little too much for people, and 2017 I will say has been a year of reevaluation when it comes to friends, when it comes to even family members, when it comes to directions that we want to take our brand, our company. It's just been a year of just reevaluating, and I don't know, before I came into the picture, Donovan viewed friendships as relationships, and I kind of had this.
I don't think that. No, you're always so wrong.
How
You know,
am I
so
wrong?
let's make it right.
Okay.
Alex,
How?
you don't. Why do you always say I've always made relationships seem like friendships seem like relationships? Like, oh yes, I just feel like you expect things from your friends as.
But
you
you
should.
can't expect
Number
the
one,
same-
even on Christmas, don't call Alex or don't call me and ask me what are some things you want. You had all year to figure out what I wanted, and it's not to say that I wanted a gift, but even if you wanted to get me something nice, don't ask me what I want. You should already know. I won't ask you. I'll be like, oh, they, after having multiple conversations with them or just seeing what they're into, I think they really enjoy this. They really enjoy. You don't have to give me anything. You know what I mean? Or if I get you something, I don't expect you to give me nothing in return to be nice. But I'm saying if you don't, I'm gonna go home and be like, can't believe you ain't get me nothing. But in that moment, I'm gonna be like, that's nice. It's just nice. But you're making it seem like, oh yeah, like I'm viewing them as a relationship, which means that I'm holding them to a higher. And yes, I am holding you to a higher pedestal because now you're no longer the person I know. You're my friend.
So
that means
So in your mind, what distinguishes a relationship and a friendship? please differentiate in your mind what's the difference. But besides the obvious, like don't sit here and say the obvious.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say the obvious, but I am going to say that a friend, there's loyalty. Clearly, there's loyalty with the relationship. All right, you don't have to see them all the time. All right, but you know when y'all link up, that is good. Y'all gonna have a great time.
But don't you have that expectation if you don't see someone for a certain amount of, like I have a friend, I won't disclose the friend's name. I have a friend who I don't see all the time. I don't talk to them all the time. We text every now and then just to see how the other person's doing, and then we might get lunch every now and then. And then when we have lunch, we catch up on everything. So that way, when we leave that lunch, it's like we didn't miss a beat. And to Donovan, that's not really a friendship, so to say, because I don't see this person all the time. This person doesn't see me. I don't yearn to see them all the time. They don't yearn to see me. But it's just we set aside time to see each other when it's like a couple months down the road. There are some friendships that are like that, where you don't have to see the person every single weekend, every single day. They don't have to text you every important.
Okay, well. Maybe before, that's how maybe I thought that's how a friendship was supposed to go. Like, it's supposed to be like, you know, every day or every 2 days or something like that, and y'all supposed to link up, hang out and stuff like that. But gradually, as you know, I'm learning to see how friendships go. Didn't really have that many friendships, alright? So I'm kind of learning how that is. I just don't like to feel used, and I think a lot of times Alex can be too nice and his friends can be naughty, alright? Because he gets friends who I feel like personally, you know, if they aren't the friends that are his friends now, because you know when you get with a winner, they start to knock down all them people and let them know, look, don't come for him because then you're gonna have to come for me. But once you lay down that ground foundation, because a lot of times, in a side note, a lot of times if somebody has something to say or anything like that, they'll go through Alex. And I don't know why that works like that, but they'll go through Alex before they come to me. I don't know if I'm a little standoffish when it comes to friends and stuff like that, or people, or I'm just opinionated at the same time. So a lot of times I'm in my head. So I don't understand that, but a lot of times I'm in my head, so I'm thinking about a lot of things. You know how you're in the store and you're like, okay, I can get this cranberry with this sauce, but I don't even know why I'm talking about cranberries right now. Maybe I'll talk about cereal. You can get this box of cereal or this box of cereal, and then I walk out of the store, it's like, man, why do you get that cereal? Like, your mind is really talking to you, and I'm not crazy. But my mind is talking to me. It's talking me through situations. It's kind of like after you get through an argument and all these other things. You talk about all these other things.
Your mind is talking to you two different types of cereal?
No, I'm just giving you an example. Don't use my example as a way of...
No, that sounds legit. That sounds like...
Cereal?
Yeah.
Cereal?
Donovan he thinks of something and then he has multiple conversations within his own brain of how the situation could
We're supposed to be playing naughty or nice, and you just making this about me. You're just turning this into what are the naughty things about Donovan?
They're not.
That is not. Well, back to what we were talking about before Alex dragged us down lanes that we ain't trying to go through right now. Alright? So when we talking about naughty or nice, alright, some things that I think Alex...
You just went.
I went already?
Yes, you did the whole
I
friends
did not.
thing. You were like, Alex.
You made me answer that question. That ain't what I wanted to talk about.
Well, it's my turn. So I'm gonna steer away from the negative. I'm gonna do positive. Nice, something that I love about Donovan is his humor. I say he's a shoe size because he acts like a 9-year-old, but he's obviously grown.
So you let everybody know what size I wear, and technically you're wrong, I'm a 9.5.
Okay, 9.5, whatever. I like when we have just moments where it's just him and I, and we're just laughing about something stupid. It could be something that happened in the day, or something that we watched on TV, or just something that we saw that made us think of a time, or whatever the case was. I love his humor. That's something that I never want him to lose. I never want you to lose your humor. I want him to lose other stuff, but not his humor.
Like what? What are those other things? Because I keep feeling like you're derailing this conversation. And this things, you know, subliminals being thrown.
When you talk like that, that's one thing that is a bane to my existence. Your attitude, your smart mouth.
Okay, since we went on 21 things that are not about Donovan, how about we just move on and talk about Alex?
I started off with nice, and then you.
No, your nice is like, your nice is on. You know how it's like the glacier, and you know 80% of that glacier is underwater. All right, you just talked about the 20% that's on the top. All right, and that's basically honestly just skimmed the little top, then dug underneath. He dug that glacier up, and that's really what you did right now. You're trying to dig deep. All right. So let's talk about Alex. Alex sometimes, you know, could think he has the answers to everything, but he really don't. Also, Alex, and I use that word loosely, Alex. Alright?
Go ahead.
He kills me with the swoop. Alright? As you can just see what he just did with his hair. Alright? Swooping it.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hair, and I have.
Or Alex can get naughty. Alright? Alex can get a nice haircut and hate it. Until he gets validation from everybody else that is nice. Now, something nice about Alex, alright, because I'm not just going to dog him, I'm actually going to talk about the nice things. Alright? He has a gentle soul, and I think that is why I kind of was drawn toward him. Just because you don't meet many people that are genuinely nice. Usually they're nice to get something that they want, and then, you know, they're a complete opposite, you know, for the rest of the time. And well, Alex, it was like he was that type of person all the time, 24/7. I was like, how do we both live in the same neighborhood, and I'm just like, don't mess with me, don't talk to me, no. And you cross me once, we're not cool no more. But I was just like, let's work it out. And I'm like, work it out? What do you mean, let's work it out? They just said that you just gonna let that fly and be done. And I felt like I needed that in my life because I was so negative towards so much, and it was like, that's not good for me. I should be able to forget, move on, keep it moving, do good in my lane, stop worrying about what everybody else is doing in their lane, or wanting to compete within my head for greater things that I knew that I couldn't or didn't really need. But to society and to Instagram, those were the things that I wanted. And to make 2018 better, I felt like really finding out who we are, really moving forth with our own business, and stop talking about we want to do this and we want to do that. Or when people ask who are the Wanderlust Boys, sometimes we're stuck. We're like, we like doing this, but how can we make Wanderlust Boys a household name? You know, a same-sex couple is more than that. You know, taking pictures is more than that. Documenting our lives is more than that. Like, who are we? You know, like, we have that foundation, but how can we push it in the right direction? It's ridiculous.
And kind of just to piggyback off what you said, when he says finding ourselves, I want to find ourselves individually, and I want us to find each other, you know, when it comes to our relationship, because something that some people don't, it's easier said than done, but when you get into a relationship, your identity kind of just goes. Like, you become one person. So I want to stick to like who I was before Donovan. Like, some things I like about myself, and Donovan the same way. I'm not expecting him to change some things that he's, you know, that he does, or mannerisms that he has. So, you know, in 2018, I want us to focus on finding ourselves individually, like, you know, continuing hobbies that we do. Like, I still love photography. Donovan just now got into videography and like all this cool shit that he can do on like Final Cut Pro. So I want us to kind of, you know, that be his focus, my focus be photography, like, and all that stuff. And then together we can merge that to kind of figure out how can we use both of those traits that we have to, you know, blend in to make the Wanderlust Boys. So
my thing is to focus on one thing at a time. I'm always all over the place, and if I'm thinking about an idea, I write it down in my notes on my phone, and I'm just like, Alex, what do you think about this? What about Wanderlust shirts? What about Wanderlust pups and dog things? What about, you know, same-sex couple things for dogs? Because, you know, a whole bunch of same-sex couples have dogs. Like, what could we do for that? Like, what about Wanderlust babies, Wanderlust toddlers? It's like so much goes through my head, and when I don't receive the proper recognition or different things like that, I'm kind of like, what am I doing this for? Instead of it just being me being happy just to be doing it. And, you know, like, when you make too many videos, when you post too much, it's just like you're not meeting those expectations of the likes in your head that you thought. You're just like, what am I doing this for? When it's just like, in reality, I'll be doing it for myself. So why am I looking for so much recognition from everybody else, when, you know, at the end of the day, nobody's going to see my vision like I see my vision. So that's something that I want to be able to work on, is just being satisfied with what I do. Oh, well, you don't like to keep it moving, you know, how I was before. But then once you start putting content out there and you get the reviews, you get the negatives, and you get the likes, you're just like, okay, these people don't like it. How can I get them to like it? Instead of just being like, oh, well, you don't like it, go to somebody else's channel. Yeah. You don't want to be naughty. Like, I find myself so many times ruining a great day being naughty. Like, having a sucky attitude for no reason, just because I get annoyed about something and I can't let it go. And then I have those days where I'm just amazingly happy for no reason, just excited, and I wish I could have those days all the time.
I like days like that.
Yeah. So my thing is to work on that, like just to be happy. And I know a lot of people are like, how do you be happy? What's that? It is.
It comes from within. You have to make yourself happy. You have to make yourself happy first. You know, self-love. You have to learn that, and that's just a process that you have to go on your own. It's just a journey you have to go out on your own and kind of disconnect from social media, disconnect from this, and that, however you can.
And not even, because sometimes you don't need to disconnect, you just don't have to be so involved. Mm-hmm. Like, so many times I check my phone, I refresh, like, is it that serious?
But in our society today, social media is a platform that a lot of people, use. So we're just trying to make it. We're no different than anyone else. We just want to make it
the right way. Like, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make it the right way. Does that mean you want a ton of followers, a ton of people? I mean, that'd be great. Who doesn't want that? You know, but at the same time, you also want to be content with your situation, you know?
We want to count our blessings, not our problems. There's so much to be blessed for.
In our Ivy Park, you know, it's not really Ivy Park because, you know, we made it ourselves, so maybe they should come out with a guideline.
I think our stuff is unisex.
Is it?
Yeah, it's unisex. But yeah, we just wanted to do a little naughty and nice video before we kind of take down our Christmas. Went by so quick, and it's over in the blink of an eye.
Back to work, back to reality,
back to setting new goals, achieving more things, reading more books, and
reading more books.
Or reading books. I might not read, you know, hard copy books. I might read something online.
Hard copy books. What you reading?
Like, I might
an article on
Facebook, or an article on.
That's reading.
An article on.
What was the last article you read?
I read the article about. What was the last article? I'm trying to think. Hold on, give me a moment. It's not coming to mind right now.
Maybe because it was dated back to senior year.
The last article that I read was about the Roseanne remake that they're doing in March. That was yesterday. But
that's all we got today, alright? I'm going out this bang. I'm gonna be nice. That's my goal, is to be nice.
Be nice.
And still give you a 10% naughty, alright? Because sometimes you can't be nice to everybody. They just push you to that point where you just like, listen. So that's what I'm gonna do. So be in touch. I'll let you know by New Year's. Exactly, like 3 more days. I'll let you know if the naughtiness subdues. Alright?
Sub what?
Subdues. Is it
surfaces?
No. Subdues.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up. We'll provide a definition.
Don't tell me to look. We need to look it up.
Definition at the bottom, just to see if you're right or wrong.
Look it up on your phone.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Not subside.
No.
Subdues. Maybe I should have used subside.
How do you spell that? Subdued.
S-U-D. There it is, right there.
Let me see. Subdued definition.
For real, Alex.
Subdued. Of a person or their manner, quiet and rather reflective and depressed. I felt strangely subdued as I drove home.
Okay.
The content in which he used it.
Subside, maybe. Subdued.
It's the first off. It's subdued.
Alright, I'm using it differently though.
Quiet and rather reflective or depressed. Kind of like how you were earlier in the car. You were subdued. You were quiet. You weren't saying much. You were in your head.
Bye, y'all, because
learned a new word.
we gonna take this off camera because right now he being a little naughty and
10% naughty never hurt nobody. Peace.
Hey, you better follow us. Go ahead, follow us today. Just hit the subscribe button and have a wanderlust day. Oh.